Valley League Baseball is back. And the Purcellville Hello and welcome to Purcellville, Virginia, and Firemans Field. Pennant Chase fever is here in the Valley as the Cannons come into the night just a half game back of division leader Strasburg as they welcome in the hard-charging Newmarket Rebels. Howdy, baseball fans. Jeremy Huber here with my partner, TJ. I forgot your name again.
That's amazing. We've been doing this the entire season.
It is. I'm telling you, I've violated my rule. What is your name?
TJ D'Onofrio.
I knew that, and you know what? It's the old days of playing on this football in this field that has knocked my brain loose. TJ D'Onofrio, good thing you're here to bring some sense to this program. Obviously, you've been following this team very closely, and the players here. There's got to be a lot of excitement right now because the Cannons know a division title is within reach. Absolutely,
and I was talking to some of the guys earlier today, and they focused. I was asking, how much does today's game mean to you? And they said, today's game is a win. That is what it has to be. There's no other thing it can be. They said they're coming out. They're bringing their A game. They have some new guys coming in, playing their first home games, playing their first time with the Cannons even, if you're in Kyle Edwards' case. But still, these guys are all here to win. They want that first place. They want that clinched spot so they don't have to fight for first. They want first. And I think tonight that's what we're going to see.
Yeah, you got one game left against the Express coming up, so if you can stay within half a game, you'll be fine. Of course, the Cannons have a lot of makeup games as well, so really getting any win you can. When it may come down to games, you may just lose because of no pitching left because of a doubleheader. Important to get a game, especially in a night where you have only one game. That's important. But again, we talked about it before. This Newmarket Rebel team that the Cannons have played pretty well, 4-2 record on the season against. They've won 6 in a row. They're charging at the right time.
They absolutely are. And, you know, they're right in striking range between that second place spot. They are still absolutely in contention to even try to fight up for first if they can end this season winning through. But it's going to be a long, hard game tonight. We're going to see what happens, and I just can't wait to see.
Last time the Rebels were in town, the Cannons with a 16-6 Mercy Rule victory. Of course, the last time these two teams played, the Rebels walked off the Cannons. That was just a few days ago. So again, these two teams have played some tight games this year. Of course, we had the Jake Slade walk-off earlier in the season. Expecting a good game tonight. We shall see if we get it. As TJ mentioned, a few new players. Will kind of work them in as we go through, kind of let you know a little more about them. Some new additions by Ridge Fuller and the rest of the Cannon staff bring in some impact players late in the season. Of course, pitching may be a problem as well, as everyone in the Valley kind of losing their pitching late in the year. We shall see what they are able to do. Cannons and the Rebels coming up. We turn it over to our returning PA announcer, Bill Russatella.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you will please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Singing for us this evening is Bridget Cook. Bridget is a singer-songwriter who loves to perform locally. She grew up in Leesburg, taking music lessons at Shamrock Music Shop right here in Purcellville. She has an album of original music on Spotify and Apple Music. She has also performed at many local wineries, breweries, and distilleries. For more information, you can visit BridgetCook.com. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Bridget Cook.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night
a way to start the night off. What a national anthem by Bridget Cook. We got a heck of a crowd here at Firemans Field looking for a heck of a baseball game. Cannons and the Rebels coming up with your starting lineups. Here's my partner, TJ D'Onofrio.
Thank you much, Jeremy. Batting first for the Rebels, the center fielder, number 15, Chase Albus. First baseman, number 6, Kyle Musser, batting second. Batting third, the third baseman, number 25, Blaine Waltmeyer. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 11, Michael Dubkowski. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 18, Chase Gilligan. The right fielder, number 10, Gayton Grandelli. After that, Connor Riley, number 16, the catcher. The second baseman, number 14, Connor Lang. And lead to play cleanup, the shortstop, number 8, Kevin Hager. And for your Purcellville Cannons, the starting left fielder, R.J. Furcall, starting in left field tonight. Kyle Johnson, all-freshman Duke player, starting in center field. Caleb Freeman in right field, as always. Devin McGarren as your third baseman tonight. Shin Inouye at shortstop and Ski Kono at second. Jackson Michaels playing first. Gavin Braylon behind home plate to play catcher. And starting as your starting pitcher tonight is Maurice Rodriguez.
Yeah, thank you, TJ. Mauricio Mo Rodriguez, the 6'2", 215-pound senior out of Massachusetts. Rodriguez on the campaign, 0-2, 5.40 ERA, 9 games, no starts. This is his first starting outing.
He's a closer.
He has 1 save, 10 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts, 5 walks, 10 hits allowed. Last outing for Mo came as he took the loss against this Newmarket Rebel team in a walk-off. Only pitched a third of an inning, allowed a run and 2 hits, a strikeout in that contest. Again, Mo well-traveled, started his career at Georgetown, ended up at junior college, then to Rice. He is in the portal once again, but the Cannons looking for a start out of Rodriguez tonight and to hold down a lineup that got the better of him a couple nights ago at the end of the contest.
It's getting to the point in the season where, we're running out of pitchers. We're using a closer to start today, and it looks like that's something that's going to be happening more and more as this season comes to an end.
Mo does have some starting experience at his time at Rice, and about 5 starts in 2023 as Chase Albus stands in and swings and misses for strike 1. Mo with just 1 start earlier this year, pitched 35 innings, 35 2/3 for the Owls. But fireballer from Massachusetts, he delivers the 0-1, and that's going to be on the outside corner for a strike. Looked a little off the corner, but Tim Anderson behind home plate said it was strike 2. So 0-2 count. Pitch coming from Mo Rodriguez. McAaron playing in at third base. Rest of the Cannons infield is back. Here's the pitch, as that'll be good morning, good afternoon, good night, as Mo Rodriguez strikes out Chase Albus on 3 pitches for out number 1.
That's not something you see often. The first 3 pitches of a game, all 3 strikes and a strikeout. That's exactly how Mo wanted to start tonight, and he's going to be feeling good after that.
Here comes Kyle Musser. Here's the pitch as Musser will hit it out to shortstop. Fielded it, will get by Inouye. Got a little bit of a funky hop. Might have lost it. He's in that one patch of sunlight coming through the trees. Normally sure-handed, but Musser on base on the error by Inouye.
Now batting from Penn State, Harrisburg, the third baseman, number 25, Blaine Waltmeyer.
Looked pretty routine, but again, normally it's third base that has to deal with the sun issues. And looks like he's pantomiming over to his double play mate, Ski Kono, that the hop was a little bit different than he expected. Here's Blaine Waltmeyer. The pitch, and Blaine takes for strike 1. Waltmeyer comes in hitting .287. Yeah, it's out of Penn State Harrisburg. Here's the 0-1, and that will miss off the corner for a ball. Waltmeyer out of Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Here comes Mo's 1-1. That'll miss low. They had a famous, somewhat famous NFL Films documentary about a minor league football team from Pottstown. Pottstown Firebirds.
What made them famous? What did they do to have an ESPN film?
They just did one time. NFL Films did this in the 70s. It never got released. 2-1 pitch, and that swung on and missed. So actually, it wasn't famous at all.
Yeah, I was going to say it never got
released?
They
went to the archives. Yeah, they didn't release it for some reason, but they went to the archives, and like 30 years later, they actually showed it. It was kind of cool. You know, when you're kind of talking about all these, like, dudes kind of following their dream, playing minor league football, you know, that beats up your body. Runner goes, and Mo doesn't check, and that'll be fouled away. So, of course, Waldemeyer had to protect, but basically Musser could have walked the last third of the way as he got such a jump on Mo.
Got a little lucky that he fouled it off to send him back, because that's what happens when you don't check your runner. He can just walk on by.
Yeah, Musser just took off, and Rodriguez hadn't delivered the pitch till he was about halfway down the line. We'll do the 2-2 again. Here it is, and that swung on and missed, so that turns things around quickly. Instead of a runner down at second base, he's still at first, and the second strikeout for Mo Rodriguez.
I mean, what a start to have so far. 2 strikeouts and allowing a man on first. It is what it is. It was an E6. You know, Mo Rodriguez isn't going to take that one to heart, but 2 strikeouts, he's going to keep that momentum going, we hope.
So here comes Michael Dobkowski, cleanup man for the Rebels. Here's the pitch from Mo, as that'll be swung on and missed for a strike. Like over the years, Mo has had a little bit of trouble with the home run ball because, again, he throws hard, but he has worked on some of his other pitches, so that helps out, kind of keeping these hitters off balance. Lefty hitters, of course, here at Firemans Field, always dangerous to go down the line to the short porch and right. Throw over, and back in easily is Musser.
You didn't want to scare Musser too bad there. He just wanted to let him know.
Yeah, Musser's the only. I think they changed it up. Most of the Rebels were in those high socks with stirrups. They've kind of gone down to the mid-calf. 0-1 pitch. That's in the dirt. Good block by Braylon. Braylon, the Cannon catcher, who's headed to South Carolina in the fall, really raved about his defense. But as you've made a lot of points, TJ, his offense has been pretty good this year.
Yeah. Braylon is a guy who he's going to continue to work as hard as he can every single time he has a chance. And it's really fun to see this guy, like, improve throughout this season.
Again, Musser thought about going, and this will be right down the middle for strike 2, as I think Dobkowski might have held up, thinking the runner was going to go. Musser slaps his hands together, knowing he could have taken the base. But right now, all Mo needs is one more strike, and this inning's over, and Musser means nothing. Here's the 1-2. That is going to be ripped down into right center field. It's down for extra bases. One hop off the wall. Johnson picks it up. He'll get it back in. Runner will be sent. Throw coming home, and he's going to be a dead bird at home plate. They send Musser, and he is thrown out as Kono with the relay nails him at the dish. No runs on the board for the Rebels. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It's Rebels nothing, Cannons coming up. Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Flowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not! And the Cannons knock it off! The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging to victory. And you can put socks on that big gold trophy
of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League.
check it out today.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field. Cannons with a nice defensive play to keep it scoreless as we head to the bottom of the first inning with your lineups. Here's TJ.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. Batting first for the Cannons is Caleb Freeman leading off tonight. After that, it'll be Kyle Johnson, Shin Inouye, Devin McAaron, RJ for call, Jackson Michaels, the DH Jake Slade, Ski Kono from second base, and then Gavin Brayland. For defense, Michael Dubowski in left field, Chase Albus at center, Gayton Grandelli at right, Blaine Waltmeyer.
Here's the pitch from Williams. Go ahead, TJ.
Waltmeyer at third, Kevin Hager at short, Kevin Long at shortstop or at second, Kyle Musser at first, Connor Riley as catcher, Jake Henry Williams as the pitcher.
Thank you much, TJ. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's in the dirt from Jake Henry Williams. So count goes to 2-0 on the campaign. Jake Henry Williams out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. Here comes the 2-0. As that's hit out to center field, should stay in the yard as Albus headed over toward the scoreboard, and he will make the catch for out number 1.
Now batting from Duke University, your center fielder, number 27, Kyle Johnson.
Here's Kyle Johnson making his season debut. Freshman All-American for Duke, local product out of Leesburg. Jake Henry Williams on the year, 1-2 record. He delivers, and that is going to be low for a ball. Here comes your 1-0, as off the end of the bats is Johnson. A 1-1 coming up. Johnson, a two-way player, went to local Riverside High School. Here's the 1-1. That'll miss away. As a utility man, was a freshman All-American, second team from D1 baseball, also first team freshman All-American for perfect game. 2-1 pitch. That'll get to the backstop. 15 games on the mound, started 12 for the Blue Devils, who won the ACC tournament and made a run in the NCAA tournament. Here's the 3-1, and he'll take inside for ball 4, so Kyle Johnson heads on down to first base.
Now batting from Kansas State, your shortstop,
Here comes Shin Inouye.
11, Shin Inouye.
Inouye been a bit of a revelation for the Cannons this year. Finally was passed by A.J. Wenrick for the league RBI league. Stanton Brave with 22. Shin comes into the night with 31, as that will be in there for a strike. I believe Shin had 24 RBIs before the All-Star break. Tailed off a bit. Of course, that may have a little to do. Caleb Freeman coming out of the leadoff spot. As he'll hit it the other way, that's in for a base hit past Hager as Johnson will try to go for 3, and he should be out as he'll be tagged, and he is safe at third base. Gonna say that Waldemeyer missed the tag as Johnson on short left field decided to take the extra base and somehow got by Waldemeyer, and now Cannons on the corners with only one out. Looked like he was going to be out, but somehow avoided the tag as Tim Anderson down the line to make the call. As this will be fouled away by Devin McAaron. McAaron out of Chattanooga State recently joined the Cannons. We got some impact players that have joined this team as of late. Here's the 0-1. That breaking ball be in for a strike. Had McAaron fooled, and now Jake Henry Williams up in the count 0-2. Big pitch coming up. As McAaron trying to get something to the outfield as he will swing and miss instead, and won't get Johnson in from third base as there are now 2 outs, and it's on RJ for call. First strikeout of the game for Jake Henry Williams. Here's the pitch as RJ waves at the breaking ball for strike one. One of the better crowds of the year tonight. The entire first base side is full and third base side pretty full as well. Here's your 0-1 as RJ takes inside. We've seen crowds like this before. Sometimes Winchester as they travel very well, but have a lots of folks here honoring the Special Olympics tonight. Also honoring one of the local baseball programs. 1-1 as that is inside. More chin music from Jake Henry Williams. So RJ Furcall will be looking at a 2-1 count. Furcall, the son of longtime major leaguer Rafael Furcall, who is coaching first base tonight. And the breaking ball is going to be thrown down, almost hit the pitcher. Now in a way, trying to get a rundown. He'll go back to second base. Now Johnson might have been able to make it back. Did he? He's safe. Wow, the Cannons getting lucky on the bags again. Charlie Shepard beside himself, saying he's out, but really his team didn't execute it very well. Johnson looked like he had a window to get back to the bag, didn't. And then threw the ball a little too late. Watermeyer couldn't make the tag. They're going to say that was a ball, so a 3-1 count. As Williams will work out of the windup. 3-1, and that's going to hit Furcall. So the third straight pitch that's up and in. This time it hits him. So bases will be loaded for Jackson Michaels. As Furcall slams the bat, now he'll cool down a bit and head down to first base.
Now batting from Purdue University, your first baseman, number 28, Jackson Michaels.
So Michaels last night had a home run. He'd love to do it again here. Just his second of the season. Bases are loaded. Here's the pitch, as that's going to be high for a ball. Long look in by Williams. Here's his 1-0. And Michaels the other way, but it will be foul and end up just over the stands.
Be careful, tracking it down. Your foul ball sponsor, Purcellville Coffee, your first choice for coffee.
Michaels out of Purdue Fort Wayne University. I believe they are the Mastodons. Here's the 1-1. That's high for ball two. Cannons with a chance to jump up big here in the first inning. Bases are loaded, but 2 outs. Jackson Michaels at the plate, Cannons' first baseman tonight. Here's the 2-1. That's in the dirt. And now Williams in danger of walking Michaels. Jake Slade on deck. Kyle Johnson, new Cannon down at third base. In a way, is at second. Furcall is at first. Michaels awaits the 3-1. And he swings and misses for strike two. So bases will be loaded. Bases are loaded, and the runners will be off on the pitch. Here's the payoff pitch, and that will be fouled away. So we'll do it all over again. And here at Firemans, obviously, if you're Williams here, you're looking to stay away from the inner half unless you can get it past Michaels. Much easier for lefties to hit home runs. The dimensions. Again, the payoff pitch as Michaels rips it right past first base coach Rafael Furcall, who pantomimes a throw afterwards. In a way, getting about 2/3 of the way down the line. I think Hager at one point trying to get the attention of Williams to step off. And someone going to pick up the ball from the dugout or the bullpen. Play back in, and we'll do it all over again. 3-2, and that's swung on and missed for strike 3 as Williams goes up the ladder and gets Michaels swinging. Cannons leave 3. We've played 1. We're scoreless, Rebels and the Cannons.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Flowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not! And the Cannons walk it off! The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging for strike 3. And you can put socks on that big gold trophy.
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
Cannons leave the bases loaded, so we head to the top of the second inning, tied at 0s. Purcellville, as we mentioned before, comes into the night, half game back of Strasburg in the Valley League North standings. Chase Gilligan will lead it off here as he will wave at that one, can't hold up as Tim Anderson says strike.
The designated hitter, number 18, Chase Gilligan.
Here comes the 0-1 as that's in the dirt for a ball. One pitch coming up. Here it is, as that's high and inside for ball 2. Gilligan, 226 hitter. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be off the end of the bat. Coming in and making the easy catch is Michaels for out number 1. Gaten Grandelli, Valley League All-Star at the plate. Grandelli in left field. Last time he was at Firemans, had a rough night. Dropped a ball, actually misplayed a fly ball. It kind of blew things open for the Cannons. Mo delivers, and Grandelli bouncer up the middle as it will be played, thrown over, and in time. What a play by Kono as it took that crazy high hop off the front of the mound. Probably goes through for a base hit if it didn't, but high enough that Kono ever to get over, make the grab, and get it over to Michaels for out number 2. Here's Connor Riley as he will rip it up the middle and in a way over. He'll throw it, and that'll be 3 outs. So Cannons set down the Rebels 1-2-3. We played 1.5 as we still have no score here in Purcellville.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Flowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball. And if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not. And the Cannons knock it off. The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging to strike three. And you can put socks on that big gold trophy.
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
Welcome back, as no score here at Fireman's Field in Purcellville, as we're having a little miscommunication on our dance contest tonight, as Newmarket wants to get going. I think we started a half inning too early on that. But anyway, Cannons coming to the plate, and they'll have 7, 8, and 9. Jake Slade, Ski Kono, and Gavin Braylon, after they were unable to get a run in last inning with the bases loaded. Here's the local product, Jake Slade, out of Loudon Valley High School. Here's the pitch, and that is the second hit-by pitch from Jake Henry Williams, so Slade will lead things off, headed down to first base.
I think he gets hit by pitch more than a lot of other players. I'm not looking at the stats here. Just by going off, like, feel and how much I see, I feel like he gets hit by pitch a lot of the time.
Well, you are right, because he came into the night tied with Caleb Freeman for most hit-by pitches with 7, so he takes the lead for now. As throw over and Slade back in. That ball almost got away from Musser at first base. Yeah, Slade, his 8th time being hit by a pitch this year, while Freeman has been hit by a pitch 7 times. Here's the pitch as Kono shows bunt and takes a strike, as Ski can't believe it. And Ski, a guy that knows his strike zone, thought that was out of it, but Tim Anderson thought differently. Watermeyer playing just inside the bag, as that is going to be outside for a ball. Kono, one of the best, if not the best bunter I've seen for the Cannons since they've come here to Purcellville, makes it a weapon in his arsenal. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside, kicks away, runner goes, Slade headed down, and no throw from Riley as it squirted away, and enough for Jake to get into scoring position.
And, you know, Ski Kono was consistently batting around 7, 8, 9, or 7 and 8 this entire season because of that bunt. They want people to get on base before him so he can lay down maybe a sacrifice bunt or just even a base hit bunt, and he does that a lot of the time. You'll see it probably tonight.
Slade gets his lead at second. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be high for ball 3. On deck for the Cannons, number 9 hitter Gavin Braylon. So right now, Cannons trying to scratch across that first run of the game here in the second inning. Here's the pitch, as that'll be popped up on the infield. Does it get out of play? It will not, as Riley gets over and makes the catch for out number 1. That's netting all around, makes it treacherous for the catcher to try and get one, but looks like it was bowing in enough where it did make contact and able to make the grab for out number 1. So here's Gavin Braylon. Braylon awaits with that pink bat. Here's the pitch, as he will take one high and inside for ball 1. Braylon out of Atlanta, Georgia. Here's the 1-0, and that is going to kick away, but Riley keeping it in front.
Braylon, high school teammates with former member of the Cannons, Jaquan Smith, who just left to head back to FIU. They got called back a little earlier than planned for summer camp for getting back in shape. They're trying to make a push this year, they said.
2-0 pitch coming up. And two really good defensive players out of the same high school. Here's the 2-0 pitch as Braylon will foul it off. Scout goes to 2-1.
They went to a high school that breathed, and, well, everything was baseball at that high school. In your free time, you were swinging a bat, you were throwing pitches, no matter what. At least, they said, about 6 hours a day they played baseball.
2-1. That's high for ball 3. Is that Georgia Premier Academy?
It is, yes. I wouldn't have gotten there if you didn't say it, but the second you said it sparked, that is, yeah.
Seeing more of that, those high schools directed towards sports, and obviously IMG Academy, the most famous of them all. Big lead for Slade at second base. Here's the 3-1 as Braylon takes high for ball 4. So Cannons will have 2 men on, and we will have a visit to the mound. Brennan Abbott will come out and talk to his pitcher. Elsewhere in the Valley tonight, we told you that Cannons come into the night a half game back of the Strasburg Express. And good news if you're a Cannons fan, as the Royals of Winchester with an early 2-0 lead on Strasburg. Royals could use a few wins, as right now they come into the night 2 games back of Newmarket for that 3rd spot. Remember, top 3 teams in each division make the playoffs. 2 and 3 play 1-game playoff against each other, while the top seed awaits, and then they have home field advantage in the division championship series.
Home field advantage is a huge advantage, especially if you're in Purcellville, because if you can get a crowd like this out here on a night, like on a Friday night, imagine what you're going to do on a Friday night playoff game, just making it that much more intense.
Here's Caleb Freeman, the walk master, as he has been a guy with a great eye this year, and this time it'll be a strike, look like off the outside corner. Going to call a balk. So a balk will be called, so no pitch. So a big break for the Cannons and only 1 out. Did not see what Williams did. He delivers, and the breaking ball, this one will be in for a strike. On the campaign, we mentioned it before, that Freeman, as he awaits the 0-1, which misses outside. Caleb on the year, only a .219 hitter, but he has walked 46 times, has been hit by 7 pitches, has 25 RBI, 22 strikeouts. Here's the 1-1, as that'll miss high and away, and now Williams really struggling to get it over the plate.
Speaking of RBI, Shin Inouye got taken over as RBI leader in the Valley by a player in the South who has 32 RBIs, while Shin sits at 31.
Yep.
It's going to be a close battle at the end of the year.
A long wait. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Williams, as that's in the dirt. Blocked by Riley. Yeah, A.J. Wenrick with 32 from Stanton. So coming into the night, 1 more than Shin. Of course, Inouye might have a chance right here, as Freeman awaits the 3-1, and that'll miss outside. So Cannons again have the bases loaded.
And Freeman does what he does best, and that's getting walked. This dude just walks every single I mean, it's why his on-base percentage is so high, because he gets walked so much. Someone with a really patient strike zone and a lot of plate discipline, he's going to be the guy who's going to be highly sought after because he gets on base.
So here's the pitch to Kyle Johnson, and Johnson will swing the first pitch and foul it away. And as Caleb Freeman was heading down to first base, he turned around, looked back at Johnson almost as if to say, hey, man, keep the line moving. You got a chance. Let's do something with it. Johnson, 3 homers on the year down at Duke. He awaits the 0-1 and takes one up and in for ball 1.
And this dude wasn't just, I don't know if you covered this while I was away for a minute, but he's not just a batter at Duke. He also pitches.
Yep, two-way player.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy who does a little bit of everything on the field.
Here comes the 1-1 as he will hit it the other way. This one should get the run in if it stays in play, and it will hit the trees, so that's a foul ball. Dubkowski went over underneath of it, and famously at Fireman's Field, down the lines, the oak trees lean over into fair territory, or into the field of play, I should say. So you will get a ball that gets lost in the trees.
Grandelli was ready for it, too. He ran all the way there. He was looking, tracing until the very end.
So here comes the 1-2 to Johnson, and he will take it in the dirt for a ball.
Talking with Johnson earlier today, he said his main focus is just to get good contact, solid contact with the barrel of the bat. He doesn't care exactly how if he hits home run after home run. He just wants good contact and good plate discipline.
2-2 as he will hit this one off the facing of the dugout. So we'll do it again. Here's the 2-2, and Johnson takes up and in. So count goes to 3-2. And only one out this time as Inouye is on deck. Here's your payoff pitch. And Johnson swings and misses at the breaking ball. So another big pitch when he needs it for Jake Henry Williams. That's the second out of the inning, his third strikeout of the night.
Now batting from Kansas State, your shortstop, number 11, Shin Inouye.
I wasn't talking with Shin, but instead Sota Inden, a starting pitcher for the Cannons, and he said he's feeling a Shin Inouye home run tonight.
As that'll be on the outside corner for a strike.
He didn't say when he was feeling it. He just said that he felt that there was some kind of home run in Shin tonight, just how he played in BP today.
Williams delivers, and that's in the dirt as Inouye takes for ball 1. Long look in by Williams as the Rebels have someone warming in the pen. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball will miss up high for ball 2. Inouye, chances for some RBIs right here as he will swing over top of that one. Count goes to 2-2. Every time Jake Henry Williams has needed a big pitch tonight, he's made it. And right now, he's again one pitch away from getting out of a bases-loaded jam. Inouye singled his first time up. Williams delivers the 2-2, and that will miss way outside for ball 3. So the runners will be off on the pitch. McAaron on deck. Cannons again a chance to fire a big shot to open this game. Here's your payoff pitch. Breaking ball misses high and away for ball 4, and Slade will trot across home plate for the first run of the game as Shin picks up an RBI on the walk, and he will head down to first base.
From Chattanooga State, your third baseman, number 45, Devin McCarron.
Here's Devin McCarron. Struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch, and McCarron takes one on the inside corner for a strike. McCarron tight to the plate. That one bent over, as Tim Anderson said, behind the dish. So that's low. So count goes to 1-1. Near full house tonight here at Fireman's Field, reminiscent of some of the old Babe Ruth tournaments held here. Just a huge, huge crowd. Hoping to see a big hit right here as McCarron waves at that one for strike 2.
You remember those Babe Ruth tournaments? You used to play
Called
them?
a few of them. I didn't play in them. No, that was past age for me, but called a few for local wage radio in Leesburg. 1-2 as McCarran stays alive as he fouls it away. Yeah, the first one was really big, and they stayed pretty big afterwards. And it was good baseball. It was, 16-year-old, 18-year-old baseball, which is, kids that are headed to college or, good players. 1-2 again as that's in the dirt. Squirts away, but stays in front of Riley as the count goes to 2-2. As RJ for call is on deck. Two-two pitch. That is fouled away, so McCarran hanging around and staying alive.
Bleachers, Purcellville Copy, your first choice for copy, printing, and promotional products right here in the heart of Purcellville. Kids, track it down, return to the lower concession area for the free freezer pop.
Big battle here as Williams delivers, and McCarran again fouls one away. Just hanging in, trying to get Williams to make a mistake. Cannons lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning, but have the bases loaded for the second inning in a row. 2-2 again, and this will be hit out to left field. If it's fair, it's out of here, and this one is going to be a fair ball. They're going to call it a fair ball, or they're going to call it a foul ball. They're going to say it's a fair ball. We had this problem before, TJ, on a play a few weeks ago. All the Cannons are going to come in.
As they should. I mean, if there's a chance it's a home run, that's what you do. Make it so they have to take it off the board.
Yeah.
Not put it on.
Tim Anderson's saying that it went around the pole. Now, problem is the pole's kind of short, but Bill Russatella, our public address announcer, is looking right down the line. He said that's a foul ball. So who really knows? But at this point, they're still talking about it.
Whoever calls it a home run is right, I think. I think that should be the
So I think at this point, probably going to reverse it. Was it Michael Gupton that had the home run that got called back?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Michael Gupton was in disbelief about it. He was apoplectic, to use a word.
So everyone will head back to their bases. Braylon to third base, Freeman to second, and Inouye to first. Just a long strike as we will do it all over again as McCarran keeps fouling pitches away. That one almost made it a 5-0 game, though. Williams, again, delivers the 2-2, and this time he will be low and outside, so the count will again go full.
Sometimes when you're staying close to the plate, you're tempted to swing at those, but
payoff pitch, and that is in the dirt for ball 4. So Williams will walk in another run as Braylon comes in, and that will send Charlie Shepard to the mound as Williams, his own worst enemy, via the base on ball, hit 2 batters and walked 5 more, and he will head out as the Rebels will bring on a new pitcher. Cannons leading at 2-0 with the bases still loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball. And if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not. And the Cannons knock it off. The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swing
Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
New pitcher on the hill for the Rebels. It's Jeffrey Davis. Davis out of Bethesda, Maryland, and Mount St. Mary's University just up the road. 6'2 junior right-hander. Got a 1-1 record on the year, 5.09 ERA, 11 games, no starts, 17 2/3 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts, 14 walks, and 16 hits. His last outing came in the walk-off win over the Cannons as he pitched a scoreless inning, allowed 1 hit, walked 1, had 2 strikeouts. He also pitched his last outing against the Cannons on July 12th in the Mercy Rule game, pitched 1 1/3, allowed 3 runs, 2 of those earned, 2 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts in that contest. Here's RJ for call. Again, bases still loaded. Cannons have had 2 runs walked in. They would love a lot more as for call will take, skips away, but Freeman going to stay at third base.
I did a basketball camp at Mount St. Mary's when I was in high school. It was great. You got to use the underpass secret tunnel thing.
Yep.
That was in my 7th grade or 9th grade mind, that blew my mind.
Here comes the 1-0. That'll miss up high. Honestly, TJ, I did that probably a good 25 years before you at a baseball camp. But I do remember the tunnel going under Route 15.
Blew your mind?
Probably, but
It blew my mind.
Here comes the 2-0, and that's low. And again, the Rebels can't find a pitcher that can get the ball over the plate, as right now Davis has thrown his first 3 pitches outside the strike zone. 3-0 pitch. That's going to be inside as Furcall almost hit by a pitch again, but RJ will get the walk, the 4-pitch walk, and an RBI to make it 3-0. So Jackson Michaels back up. Last inning, he struck out with the bases loaded and the inning. So Jackson would love a little redemption here. Here's the pitch, and that's low for ball 1.
Michael's been heating up recently. His last 4 games, he's had a hit. Last 3 games, multiple hits, including last night a home run. He's looking to pick it back up. I mean, he went through a little slump there in the middle of the season. Me and him talked about it. And he said that this is all about getting the barrel of the bat and connecting with the ball.
Here's Davis's 1-0 as Jackson thought he had one he could yank. Instead, he swings over top of it for strike 1. Mentioned it before, short porch here at Firemans Field. 310 down the right field line, 340 to the right center power alley. So that is the place if you're a lefty hitter. 1-1 as Michaels takes one low for ball 2. Cannons with a 3-0 lead. In Strasburg, Winchester leads the Express 3-1. That's slowing away for ball 3. Remember, Cannons come into the night a half game back of Strasburg for the top spot in the Valley North. Runners get their leads. Here's the 3-1. And Michaels takes in the zone for strike 2. So payoff pitch coming up. Inouye down at third base. McCarron at second. Furcall is at first. Again, the payoff pitch as Michaels will foul this one away to stay alive.
You have to also remember Strasburg does have 3 games in hand. So, yes, the Cannons might be half a game down right now. But we're playing a doubleheader tomorrow or Monday.
Yeah,
and this upcoming week, we're playing some doubleheaders, making up games. We have a chance to be number 1 far and away or fall down.
3-2 pitch as Michaels will foul that one off. So, again, he'll see another one. Yeah, like you said, Cannons have a lot of games to make up. As a positive and a negative, gives you more chances. But, of course, also when you're low on pitching, kind of anything can happen. So Cannons would love to take the lead tonight if the Royals help them out. 3-2 as Michaels will take, and that is going to be ball 4 as Davis can't believe it. He looks into the dugout, looks back at Tim Anderson, says, where was that pitch? But Anderson says it's ball 4, and the 4th straight run walked in by Rebels pitching. So the Cannons have batted around. Here's the pitch to Jake Slade, who takes low for a ball. Here comes Davis's 1-0. That's on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 count. Cannons with a 4-0 lead. All their runs here in this inning as that breaking ball misses outside. A little bit of action in the Rebel bullpen. They got to find somebody that can get the ball over the plate right now. Here's your 2-1. Slade swings at one. Might have been outside the zone. Count goes to 2-2.
I've been sitting here this whole time trying to think of famous Mount St. Mary's athletes. I don't think I can get any.
Yeah, I mean, they've been, a small college for most of their life. Though the last 30 or 40 years they've been up. Jim Phelan, of course, was their longtime coach. 2-2 pitch as Slade will swing at that one. And again, the Cannons will leave the bases loaded. But this time they score 4 runs, all on bases loaded walks. Cannons have a 4-0 lead as we head to the top of the 3rd inning.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not. And the Cannons knock it off. The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging a strike 3. And you can put socks on that big gold trophy
of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
Cannons with a 4-0 lead. Mo Rodriguez still on the mound for your next 2 innings of play-by-play. Here's my partner, TJ D'Onofrio.
Thank you much, Jeremy. Like you said, Mo Rodriguez met Bone Rod back on the mound for another inning of work. So far, he's had a phenomenal game, allowed 1 hit, but no runs as we see number 14, Connor Lang, step up to the plate. Hit the Slade batters, Connor Lang, Kevin Hager, and Chase Albus.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 14, Connor Lang.
And there's this pitch, and there's a strike heated right down the middle. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swung and it's missed. Connor Lang averaging just 185 so far in the campaign. 19 games, 9 runs with 10 hits, only 1 double and 4 RBIs. 0-2's the count. Here's the pitch. It's up high, 1-2.
One good thing, TJ, is it looks like that long wait for Mo hasn't he's been around the zone. You'll see guys waiting that long, they'll get off a little bit. Looks like he's still locked in.
Hard to get a guy this locked in out of it. As here's the 1-2 pitch. It's hit. It's fouled off behind, I guess dead right at his feet. He gets 1-2 again. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's high and inside. That's 2-2. Up near Connor Lang's head.
Maybe I spoke too soon.
Maybe you did, yeah. This guy's from Dallas, Oregon. Traveled all the way across the country to be here. Plays at Concordia University. As here's the 2-2 pitch delivered. It's strike. Wow. That looked inside to me, but I'm not obviously there at home plate looking at it. That's a strikeout for Mo Rodriguez as Kevin Hager is going to come up to the plate. I was...
And it's got to be frustrating when you watched your pitcher kind of walking everybody, get struck out a pitch like that.
I can only imagine. As here's the first pitch right down the heart of Broadway, 0-1 count. Kevin Hager out of Cornell University. The shortstop stands at 6 foot. Mo Rodriguez with a long look in. He delivers. There's strike 2. Kevin Hager on the campaign averaging 247 at 97 at-bats. Had 25 runs with 24 hits, 3 doubles and a triple. 0-2 is the count here for him. Mo Rod delivers. It's outside for ball 1. One-two count. Here's the pitch. Tim Anderson, ball 2. Chase Albus on deck. His first time at bat was a strikeout swinging. 2-2's the count. Here's the pitch. It bounces over to third base. An easy little hop and jump over from Devin McCarron over to Jackson Michaels to get the easy out. McCarron taking care of it like it's nothing because it was for him. That's a routine play for a player of his caliber, really. Chase Albus from East Stroudsburg University out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, averaging 273 on the campaign so far. Like I said, his first at-bat was a strikeout swinging. Braylon Morod getting on the same page. There's the pitch, and there's a swing, strike 1. Long look in. Delivers. Strike 2. Wow, Chase Albus stands there. Knees buckled, really. Nothing you can do for a pitch like that. Here's the pitch. Albus fouls it. Keeps his at-bat alive. 0-2 is still the count. The crowd in Purcellville getting the clap going here for Morod.
That's intern Brady leading those cheers down there, I think.
Good for Brady.
Had a big day. Beat the human cannon and then leading the cheers.
0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swung. It's fouled back to keep his at-bat alive even longer. Foul ball.
I think if the human cannon was named the human cannonball, he probably would have won.
The human cannonball?
Yeah. Cannons aren't fast, but cannonballs are.
Fair. You think the name would have made him win?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
The mentality changes with it, really. 0-2 is the count here. Albus fouled his last 2 to stay alive. Morod delivers, swung. It's fouled again. Almost hits Aiden Adams there. That's a 3rd foul ball in a row.
Gotta like that Big lead, and Moe's pounding the zone. Not giving up any freebies for the Rebels.
No, he's not throwing any balls to have him chase. He's saying, I want it down the heart of Broadway. I want the strikeout. Gets his pitch. Delivers. Strike out. Swinging there for Chase Albus again. Morod with a phenomenal case on the mound so far. That means your Cannons 4, Rebels 0. We'll be back after the break.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Flowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at purcellvillecannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not! And the Cannons walk it off! The excitement.
He kicks, fires, swinging a strike three. And you can put socks on that big gold trophy.
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
Oh, welcome back to Fireman's Field, home of your Purcellville Cannons, currently leading 4-0 against the Rebels. Ski Kono at the mound. There's the first pitch. It's off. Ball 1. Quick little intro there. Ski Kono. His last at-bat was the foul ball that Connor Riley found. There's the pitch. There's a strike. Connor Riley found right in front of his dugout, in front of the opposing team stands. 1-1's the count here. Davis delivers outside, ball 2. Jeffrey Davis on the mound for another inning of work. Struggled to find the strike zone. Let's see how long he stays here. Here's the pitch. It's up high, 3-1. He's still struggling to find that strike zone. Here's the pitch. It's low. That's a walk for Ski Kono. Starting off the inning exactly how he'd like. Now Gavin Brayland, University of South Carolina commit, Gavin Brayland. His pink tape, gloves, bat, wrap, everything. There's the first pitch. He tips it. It's foul. Ski Kono with a lead off first. Freeman on deck. Ski took a big run there. There's the pitch. Gavin Brayland hits it. It's into center field. It's going to be easy cleanup work there for Chase Albus. Ski Kono runs back to first. That's the first out so far. Now Caleb Freeman. The Georgia State commit Caleb Freeman stepping up to the plate. He was walked last at bat and got all the way home. And Jake Henry Williams' day of walking. Here's the pitch. There's the first pitch, and there's the first strike Caleb Freeman sees. 0-1 count. Ski Kono. Again with a big lead off first, looking like he might try to steal. He checks. He tries to pick off Ski. Ski was back with plenty of time to spare. Kyle Johnson on deck. Here's the pitch. Outside and low. Ski Kono steals second. 1-1 count. Ski Kono on second. Long look in. Here's the delivery. There's a strike. Caleb Freeman checked swing. There's a strike, though. One, two's the count. Ski Kono on second. Kyle Johnson, I apologize, on deck. Here's the pitch. Almost hit by, oh, it was a hit by pitch. That means Freeman and Jake Slater now again tied for hit by pitch. Kyle Johnson now stepping up to home plate. Man on first and second, one out here for Kyle Johnson. Johnson at Duke. D1 baseball freshman All-American second team, collegiate national team invite. A perfect game freshman All-American first team. All ACC freshman team. This guy, a certified stub, is there's the pitch and it gets behind him. That means everyone's going to advance. That means Freeman on second, Ski on third. Kyle Edwards, a man on second and third with no outs. Something he likes to see. With a little slip up there from Connor Riley and Jeffrey Davis. 1-0's the count here for him. 75 at-bats for Duke, 253 there was his average. Here's the pitch, right down the heart of Broadway, 1-1. He had 16 runs, 19 hits, 6 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs with 11 RBIs, 17 walks. Here's the pitch. It's inside, 2-1. This guy does a little bit of everything. He's a pitcher, a hitter, a fielder. Does it all for you as 2-1's the count, second and third. Here's the pitch. It's low, 3-1. It's low. That means Kyle Johnson is going to walk. That means the bases are now loaded for Shin Inoue with just 1 out.
From Kansas State, your shortstop, number 11, Shin Inoue.
Shin Inoue, as of right now, tied for the RBI leader with his 1 RBI at his last at-bat, which was a walk. Tied at 32. Bases are loaded, a chance to take a lead here. Let's see what he can do, if he can work some of his magic. Here's the pitch, right down Broadway, only at 84 miles an hour. There's strike 1. Here's the pitch, it's high. Oh, and he's calling a strike, must have hit the top of the strike zone. Shin had to walk away for a minute to believe it. 0-2's the count. Worst thing Shin can do here is strike out looking. He has the green light. He wants to see pitches. And here's another one. He swings and he misses. That's a strikeout swinging for Shin Inoue. Not what he wanted as Devin McAaron now steps up to home plate from Chattanooga State. His last at-bat was a walk where he had an RBI. Before that was a strikeout swinging in the first inning. Bases are loaded for the 3rd time in 3 innings. There's the pitch. It's inside and low for ball 1. So far, Jeffrey Davis has thrown 5 walks and a hit by pitch. Here's the next one. It's low and inside. It's 2-0. Two O's the count here. Davis delivers. It's low and inside. That's ball 3. McGarren would love a walk here. Love to bring another runner home and keep this inning alive. Here's the pitch. Right down the heart of Broadway. There's a strike. Jeffrey Davis trying to work his way out of a hole here. Three and 1. Here's the pitch. It's hit. It's bouncing over to right past shortstop and third. Kevin Hager dives for it, but that means Ski Kono gets home. That's an RBI single for Devin McGarren. Everyone advances a base as RJ Furcall steps to home plate. That's an RBI single because Ski Kono got home, bounced right in between Kevin Hager and Blaine Waltmeyer. Kevin Hager dives on it to stay alive. That could have been a lot worse had it gone past and had to go to Michael Dubkowski. Bases are loaded. RJ Furcall. Here's the pitch. It's inside. 1-0 count. RJ Furcall so far has been hit by a pitch and walked by this Jeffrey Davis at his first at bat for his first time on the mound today. Here's the pitch. RJ gets a piece. It's fouled backwards. Here's the pitch. RJ check swing, going over to the first base ump. He says it's a swing. 1-2 count. One, two. There's the pitch. It's way inside. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Furcall swings and he misses. That's a strikeout swinging for RJ Furcall, leaving the bases loaded. That means your Cannons 5-0 Rebels after 3 complete. We'll be back for the top of the 4th.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Flowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not! And the Cannons knock it off! The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging a strike 3, and you can put socks on that big gold trophy
of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. Valley Baseball. Check it out.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field, home of your Purcellville Cannons, currently leading 5-0 over the Newmarket Rebels. Morod back on the mound for another inning of work. His slated batters will be Kyle Musser, Blaine Waltmeyer, and Michael Dubkowski. That's 2, 3, and 4, the heart of their batting order. Let's see how Morod handles them. Musser, last at bat, or in the first inning, got by with a E6 on Shin Inouye, gets to first base. He tried getting all the way home on the Michael Dubkowski throw, but instead Shin Inouye or Ski Kono, I forget who, threw it back. As here's the first pitch. There's the strike one right away. Threw it back to Gavin Brayland at home to quickly get him outstanding. I believe it was Ski Kono, actually. 0-1's the count. I remember it being in the middle. I have to assume that was Ski. Here's the pitch. It's way high. That's 1-1. Morod delivers, curves in over the strike zone, 1-2 count. Here's the pitch, check swing, it's out. He went past home plate. That's a strikeout swinging there for Kyle Musser as Blaine Waltmeyer comes up to the plate.
Now batting the third baseman, number 25, Blaine Waltmeyer.
Blaine Waltmeyer averaging .287 on the season with 94 at-bats, 14 runs, 27 hits, 3 doubles, a home run, and 11 RBIs. Here's the pitch. It's outside, 1-0. He had a clean slate there. No one on base, just one out. 1-0, here's the pitch. It's swung, it's hit. It's looking like it's foul over the third base line. 1-1's the count.
Once again, our friends over at Purcellville Copy, your first choice for copying, printing, and promotional products.
There's the pitch, and there's a hit as third baseman Devin McAaron is going to scoop it up and throw it right over to first to make a nice little hero play, running in a little farther than he probably should have, but instead he's the one who takes care of it and cleans it up for the second out of the inning.
Now batting for the right fielder, number 11,
Now Michael Dubkowski stepping up to home plate. His last at-bat was the hit he had into deep right field. He would have had a double and an RBI, but instead he hits it there, and Ski Kono is going to take care of it nice and easy, throw it over to first base, and that's a quick 3-batter scene and 3 outs. That means your Cannons lead 5-0 at the bottom, and then going into the bottom of the fourth.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not! And the Cannons knock it off! The excitement.
Fire swinging to strike 3, and you can put socks on that big gold trophy
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field, home of your Purcellville Cannons, currently leading 5-0 over the Newmarket Rebels. Going into the bottom of the fourth, There's a new pitcher on the mound, Michael Rosa. Rosa so far in the campaign, just 2 games played, 2 innings pitched, an ERA of 0. He must be new because he's only played against the Cannons on the 15th and the Express on the 17th. So far he's seen 8 batters, allowed 2 walks, 0 hits. Batters are averaging 300 or so against him, let's say. His whip is 1.5. Here's the pitch. It's inside, 1-0. He's a 5'9" senior from Richmond, Virginia, pitching at Penn State Harrisburg, sitting at 160 pounds, the righty pitcher. Delivers right over the heart of Broadway. There's strike 1. One's the count. Here's the pitch. Swung and it's missed. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He gets a piece of it. It's into right field. Gayton Grandelli's going to take care of it, but that means Jackson Michaels gets to first. Now Jake Slade coming up to the home plate, the designated hitter tonight. Michael Rosa going into his freshman year at Penn State Harrisburg. Here's the pitch. Slade swings and misses. 0-1 count. Jackson Michaels again at first base. Rosa out of Richmond, Virginia. He delivers. That's outside for ball 1. 1-1's the count. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball number 2. Michael Rosa might not be the answer that the Rebels were looking for players that will throw strikes. Rosa tries to pick off Jackson Michaels, but he was there standing up straight plenty of time. Hard to pick off a guy who's going to have his foot that's about as long as most people's bodies, as Michaels stands about 6'6" or so. 2-1's the count. Tries to pick off Michaels again. Michaels again does not need to slide. Plenty of room. Long look in. Here's the pitch. It's outside. 3-1. Michael is standing at 6'9". I apologize. Three one's the count here for Slade. He swings. It's fouled backwards. 3-2. We're at a full count.
First base bleachers. Again, your foul ball sponsor. Our friends right down the road at Purcellville Copy.
3-2, full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Slade swings and misses. That's striking out swinging for Jake Slade. Ski Kono up to the plate.
Now batting from Christian Brothers University, your second baseman, number 2, Ski Kono.
Ski Kono so far this year, 259 average. 85 at-bats, 18 runs, 22 hits, 3 doubles, 9 RBIs. 14 stolen bases for him this year. Here's the pitch. It's low, 1-0 count. From Osaka, Japan, the 5'7" lefty, as Jackson Michaels is going to steal second. He slides. He's safe, stoling second. Connor O'Reilly can't believe it. 2-0 count here for Ski Kono. Kono bats lefty but throws righty. He's looking for the short porch here today. 2-0's the count, man on second, just one out. Here's the delivery, it's up high, 3-0. Rosa struggling to find the plate. There's the pitch, it's inside. That means Ski Kono's walking to first. As Gavin Braylon steps up to home plate. A man on first and second with just one out.
Now batting from the University of South Carolina, your catcher, number 55, Gavin Braylon.
Braylon walked in the second and a fly ball into center field that Chase Albus took care of in the third. Hoping to make up for it with a man on first and second. Just one out. Like I said, folks, here's the pitch. It's low. It bounces off the ground. Connor Riley stays in front of it. Stays on top of it, I should say. There's the 1-0 count. Count here. And here's the pitch. It's swung and it's flying into left field, right field. It's going to bounce. It hits the ground. That means that's one runner home. That looks like it might be two. Braylon going to just go for the double, but bring two guys home. What a play from Gavin Braylon. An absolute heater hit into deep right field that Chase Albus and Gaten Grandelli just couldn't quite get to. That makes it 7-0 here for the Purcellville Cannons. Michael Rosa struggling. He's going to have a quick conversation with Connor Riley as the Georgia State commit right fielder Caleb Freeman is going to be at home plate. Rosa lining up. Here's the pitch. It's on the ground. It bounces out. Connor Riley stays in front of it. That's ball one. Kyle Johnson on deck. I keep saying Kyle Edwards because he's the all-star from another team. He came in and he's a monster hitter just like our Kyle Johnson. I believe he plays center field as well. Just thinking of all the great baseball I've seen this summer. 1-0's the count. Here's the pitch. Check swing. It's going to be a strike. Freeman can't believe it. 1-1 count. Braylon with a generous lead as Freeman's going to fall when he's at home plate. It's going to be a ball inside, but wondering if he was trying to say he got hit there. A little confused. 2-1's the count. Braylon with a generous lead off second still. Michael Rosa hasn't even looked back yet. Here's the pitch. Freeman gets it. It's flying out into left field. It's going to be caught by Michael Dubkowski, who's going to get underneath it. Great run and great read by him. Now Duke University, Kyle Johnson. For those of you keeping track at home, Kyle Johnson was walked last inning. He has now been batting in every single inning, along with Caleb Freeman as well. And if he can keep this alive, Shin Inouye will be added to that list. Here's the pitch. It's low, it hits the ground. That's ball one. Here's the 1-0 delivery. It's right down the heart of Broadway for 1-1. Kyle Johnson before the game told me he loves hitting oppo here. He's going for that short porch in right field. Let's see if he can get a piece on it. Here's the pitch. It's a strike outside in that corner. 1-2 is the count. 2 outs with Gavin Brayland at second base with a generous lead. Looking like he might try to run third, but doesn't want to risk going on the pitcher's dominant arm. Here's the 1-2 count. There's the swing, and he's going to get struck out swinging. That's going to leave us at the bottom of after 4 full innings. That's going to mean your Purcellville Cannons 7, Newmarket Rebels 0.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Flowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at purcellvillecannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not! And the Cannons walk it off! The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging a strike 3, and you can put socks on that big gold trophy.
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field, home of your Purcellville Cannons. Cannons currently leading 7-0 after four full innings of baseball. For the next 2 innings of play-by-play, my partner, Jeremy Huber.
Thank you so much, TJ. Had a chance to catch up with our longtime official scorer, Dennis Woods, who was up in the booth, so I had to take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You were doing a good job. So
Thank you. I appreciate
let you roll.
Yeah. No, I love talking with Dennis whenever he's up here. He always has great Cannon stories.
He does also. Dennis, the former Furman Paladin football player. Yeah, he was a heck of a football player in his day, but heck of a scorer too. And right now, heck of a pitcher. It's Mo Rodriguez. As Mo has poured through this Rebels lineup so far tonight. Only has allowed 1 hit. Ended up facing only 1 batter over the minimum so far. Of course, he was helped out by the good defensive play. The relay as Kono able to throw out Musser at home. So here's Chase Gilligan. Gilligan popped out back in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch, as that'll be on the outside corner for strike 1. Tim Anderson behind home plate. Roland Hines down at first base, and Zach Kloska is down at third base. My writing's terrible tonight, TJ. Here's your 0-1. Swung and missed for strike 2.
Not everyone can have beautiful handwriting like me. I mean, it's a gift and a curse.
Well, I guess you're not going to be a doctor then.
Nope. That was never in the plan. Don't worry. Let's not get that in the head of my parents.
Here comes the 0-2. And that is going to miss, but Braylon shakes his head in approval. He liked where that one was, trying to get the chase from Gilligan as Skaten Grondelli is on deck. Here's your 1-2 pitch from Rodriguez. Breaking ball will miss for ball 2 as Mo thought he had strike 3. TJ mentioned it a bunch. Cannon's got a lot of games coming up. So as long as Rodriguez can go, it'll be big for them, as that will miss outside for ball 3.
Rodriguez, typically a closer, going into his 5th inning pitching. I mean, this is a really impressive show out from any closer or from any relief pitcher, really, in general. This is impressive to see how he's been able to hold up so far.
3-2. And that's going to be low for ball 4. So first walk of the game issued by Mo Rodriguez. That has been an issue for him in the past, but he's been pretty good about that lately in his career. Here comes Gaten Grandelli. Grandelli, a Valley League All-Star.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Talked about it before, had that rough outing last time here against the Cannons. Here's the pitch as Grandelli takes one down the heart of the plate for strike 1.
What's almost as impressive with Mo out here is his miles per hour, his speed at the ball has not dipped at all. I mean, he's sitting at 92. Sometimes, I think his first couple pitches were 94, 93. Sitting at 92 after 5.
Up the middle, and that's through for a base hit. So 2 base runners on. First trouble Mo Rodriguez has had on the night as the first 2 reach for Newmarket as they're going to try and get themselves back into this game as this one's dragged on a bit due to their pitchers being unable to get it over the plate. But right now, the walk by Gilligan and Grandelli going back up the box has a little mini rally going right now for the Rebels. Connor Riley coming up as Braylon and Rodriguez will chat about it as there is an arm up in the bullpen.
I talked with Braylon beforehand, asking him what it's like to have a closer start the game, and he said, you know, Morod's got everything he needs. He has the entire system right within his arm. He is a phenomenal pitcher, and he said, I fully trust Morod. I'm not going to question if he shakes something off, he has a reason tonight because Morod is an intelligent pitcher, is what Braylon was saying.
Rodriguez delivers. That's going to miss up high for a ball. Of course, we mentioned before, Mo started his college career at Georgetown, then went to Rice after a stop at a junior college in between. You got to be pretty intelligent to be at either one of those schools. Here comes the 1-0 from Mo. As that's high and inside, and right now Rodriguez struggling just a little bit. And a little bit of pensiveness from Brett Fuller up off of his ball bucket seat. Again, Rodriguez has been all around the heart of the plates all night long. Here's his 2-0. That's going to be a hit, could be 2. So second for 1 over to first base is in time. Double play as Inouye to Kono to Michaels. A twin killing and 2 outs for the Rebels here in the top of the 5th.
I mean, Ski Kono, Shin Inouye, just what a play there. I don't even know if Shin ever put his hand on it. He kind of scooped it into his glove and tossed it right over to second base. Ski Kono knew exactly what to do. No hesitation throwing to first. Exactly what you want to see, and that's chemistry that you build throughout this summer league.
Gilligan over to third. Here's Connor Lang as he will swing the first pitch and foul it away off the handle. Yeah, again, these two have worked so well together and have solidified a Cannons defense, which has always been a bit of a struggle for Brett Fuller here in Purcellville. A lot of big-time hitters, but getting those fielders has been tough as that is fouled away, and quickly Lang down 0-2.
It's funny, you know, we're struggling, the Cannons, with hitting this season, but our defense has never looked better. But, you know, we've had a lot of big hitters come through but couldn't keep it with defense. That's not the problem this year.
Yeah, those two up the middle have been stellar. Here comes the 0-2 as that's going to miss high as Mo threw everything he could into that one, trying to get the chase. Still a fantastic crowd tonight. Most of them still here.
Yeah.
Even though this game is kind of dragged on with all the walks from Newmarket. Here's Mo's 1-2. That's going to get to the backstop. Runner thought about it. Now he will scramble back as Gilligan does not come home, and count goes to 2-2. Chase Gilligan on the season, 226 hitter coming into the ninth, 7 RBI, only 1 extra base hit. That is a double. Rodriguez delivers the 2-2. That'll be fouled down the third base line and we will do it all over again. We've been hearing tonight that this crowd is so good, they're eating us out of pizza here. A couple times they've had to go ahead and order new pies.
I think it's 3 times already tonight we've had to go pick up more Manhattan pizza.
And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of kids here tonight. It's a Friday in the summer, and I'm sure those kids like their za, and so
I'm sure they do.
Trying to keep everybody fed and happy. Bo Rodriguez has been working on the happy part. Here comes the 2-2. And that is in there for strike 3 as Lang frozen at the dish, rung up by Tim Anderson. Mo Rodriguez, 5 scoreless innings. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Cannons up 7-0 on the Rebels.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Flowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at purcellvillecannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not! And the Cannons knock it off! The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging to strike 3. And you can put socks on that big gold trophy
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Cannons up 7-0. As it'll be 3, 4, and 5 for the Cannons. Inouye, McAaron, and for call. Michael Rosa on for a 2nd inning here, as that will be outside for ball 1. Rosa out of Penn State Harrisburg. Came on in the 4th inning as he will tie his shoe. Inouye so far with a strikeout, a single, and an RBI bases loaded walk. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss up high for ball 2. As the ball comes flying back across the field to the Cannons dugout. Inouye takes for a strike. Rosa comes set and delivers the 2-1. As that's going to hit Inouye. Looked like Shin was saying it didn't actually hit him, but he's going to hand off his bat to Doug Walker and his gloves and head on down to first base. So the wildness from the Rebel pitchers continues as Inouye on via the hit by pitch. Here's Devin McAaron. So far tonight, McAaron RBI single. RBI walk with the bases loaded, as taking a little while for Inouye to get his sliding gloves on. Rosa delivers, as that'll be fouled off.
Let's not forget Rosa, just an 18-year-old going into his freshman year of college. This guy's got a lot to prove, and he's looking at for the summer league to kind of shape him up for this season.
Here's his 0-1. That'll miss as throw down and in a way, for some reason, stealing, and he's thrown out. As we call that a ball, but right now, Cannon's kind of surprising, took off there as thought he had a better jump than he actually did, but the way that the Rebel pitching has not been around the plate, kind of let your guys eat at the dish, especially, and I was kind of talking about this to Dennis Woods earlier, that if you're the Cannons, you really would love to end this one in 7 innings if at all possible.
Save some pitching.
Exactly, as that's going to miss up. Count goes to 2-1.
Especially with some double headers coming up, some makeup games. Saving pitching could be huge for the Cannons here.
Yep.
They just need to rack up 3 more runs if they can hold their opponents to nothing.
2-1 pitch, and again, as you said, what's basically a high school freshman or a college freshman going in on the hill. Don't want to bail him out with questionable base running. Here's the 3-1, as that is swung on and missed for strike 2 as the count goes full on McAaron.
And you have to think, I mean, this is an 18-year-old going up against guys who are proven in college. This kid might not pitch his freshman year. We'll see.
As that's going to be outside for ball 4.
He's putting up a great piece of work so far against guys that do play in college. I mean, he's walking a lot. He's got to definitely work on some control on the pitch. But besides that, I mean, this guy's pitching really well considering this is his 3rd game this season.
Here's RJ for call. As Rosa delivers, as that is low. And I guess the bigger point is that you can't play it just, like a laugher game where, okay, we're up big, we can kind of try and get some extra bases, pad some stats. You really kind of have to focus in on trying to end this game early to save that pen. 1-0 pitch is going to be outside because right now, Mo Rodriguez has given you 5 fantastic innings. We'll see if they bring him out for another one, but that would be huge if you're Brett Fuller to only use 2 pitchers tonight when you're talking about having all these games coming up. 2-0 pitch, and that's going to miss outside for ball 3.
Strike 1.
I call that a strike. Okay.
They did.
Yeah.
It was quite the call.
So we'll be a 2-1 pitch coming up. Tim Anderson behind home plate gets me on that one. Throw over. But, again, back to the original point, if you're the Cannons, you really would love to try and get this thing over quickly because pitching is at a premium late in the season for all Valley League teams, all Summer League baseball teams, really. And those 2 innings could be a big difference, as that is going to be up the middle. Could be 2. Shovel to second for 1, over to first. Double play as the Rebels turn 2, and they end the inning. Cannons the minimum, the unconventional way with the thrown out runner on base and the double play ball. Still 7-0 as we played 5 here in Purcellville.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Flowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not! And the Cannons knock it off! The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging to strike 3, and you can put socks on that big gold trophy
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
New pitcher in, it's Bauer Burkhart, the Sophomore out of Marshall University and from Leesburg, Virginia, just down the road. Burkhart, 6-foot sophomore, right-hander. 2-2 from the Valley League campaign, 8.71 ERA, 13 games, 1 save, 10 and a third innings pitched, 14 strikeouts, 8 walks, 16 hits allowed. His last outing came back on July the 14th in a 10-6 win over Strasburg. Pitched an inning, allowed 3 runs, all 3 earned, 3 hits allowed by Burkhart, though he did strike out 3 in that contest. He also pitched on July 12th in that matchup here against the Rebels, where he pitched an inning and a third of scoreless relief as he struck out 2. It's the bottom of the lineup in Kevin Hager, then top of the lineup in Chase Albus and Kyle Musser. So Hager stands in. Hager first time up, grounded out to shortstop. As Burkhart trying to keep goose eggs on the board for the Cannons. He delivers, and that will be low and away for ball 1.
You know, I've said it about Bauer. He went to my rival high school. He was Tuscarora, I believe. Either Tuscarora or Riverside. I don't remember now, but
1-0. That's on the outside corner for a strike.
Also goes to Marshall, a rival of Coastal in the Sun Belt, so I never get to root for Bauer Burkhart unless we're talking Purcellville Cannons, in which case I'm a big fan.
That's awesome.
Outside of that, though, outside of this season,
1-1 will be hit to shortstop, in a way over, throws and makes the play for out number 1. So Burkhart retires the first batter he sees, with help from his defense, as Hager for the second time tonight with a ground out to the middle infield.
I was about to say that's the exact same play, I think, almost verbatim. Can you use verbatim if it's not a sentence?
I don't think so, but I get what you're going for.
Yeah.
I understand.
Extremely similar fashion is I think where I was going, but
that's fair. Here's the pitch to Chase Albus. It'll miss outside for ball 1. Albus with a pair of strikeouts so far tonight.
Yeah, these guys have batted the minimum, really. I mean, we saw
that misses outside for ball 2.
We saw Morod come in and take care of business. And it's funny, Morod, Bauer, Burkhart, and I believe Daniel Quintana, the 3 of them are pretty inseparable throughout this entire summer. Love seeing them come in for relief for each other.
Here comes the 2-0. Burkhart in for a strike. Yeah, right now the Rebels only 2 batters over the minimum. As we saw the Cannons defense kind of snuff out some chances. 2-1. That's hit out to center field. Nobody can see it right now. Is it going to drop in? It will not, as it'll be caught by Furcall, as RJ saw it. But it appeared that Kyle Johnson completely lost that one, and that will happen at this time of night. This sky is somewhat high, and it is twilight, maybe past twilight, and it is very easy to lose a ball up there, but luckily Furcall saw it all the way off the bat. Here's Kyle Musser with 2 outs. Here's your pitch, and that will be in there for strike 1.
First baseman, number 6, Kyle Musser.
RJ Furcall, you know, back in high school, I know he's a catcher, but he's also an outfielder.
Here's the pitch, and that's going to be low.
Long before he ever started playing second base, he was an outfielder. This is just him returning to his roots, becoming a very utility player for the Cannons.
Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit out to right center field. That's going to fall in for extra bases. Johnson boots it off the wall, and he will pick it up as Musser cruises it to second base with a 2-out double here in the top of the 6th inning. So Blaine Wademeyer will look to keep the inning going. Wademeyer a strikeout and a ground out in his 2 at-bats today.
A great play by Devin McGarren for that ground out. He ran up, grabbed it, and made a little jump to throw to first. He made a harder play look so simple. I mean, he made that look like it was nothing for him. Player of his caliber, it should be routine, I guess.
Burkhart taking a look. Now he'll step off. And looked like Braylon might have been asking, can it go out? Trying to figure out how many visits there had been, but he'll stay behind the plate as Burkhart checks Musser and delivers, and that'll be popped up, but it will get out of play as it'll be over the grandstand.
You know, one thing I do have to say about the catchers on this team, everyone needs a teammate like Jacob McKenzie, Gavin Braylon, and when he was here, Bear Madliak, some of the most positive guys. A pitcher could be having a terrible night, and he's like, nah, I mean, he's got it.
0-1. That's going to be out to center field. Johnson coming over has to let it drop. He'll throw it home, and that will keep the runner at third base. Good throw by Johnson as Musser scrambles back. But again, the Rebels with a chance to get themselves back into this contest. So Waldemeier with the single.
Now batting the right fielder, number 11, Michael.
And just a great throw there by Kyle Johnson. If you're on second and there's 2 outs, you should be flying home, really. But Kyle Johnson, with such an arm on him, got to keep him there.
Dubkowski takes for strike 1. Dubkowski started the year with Woodstock before coming over, and of course has gone up the standings as the Rebels 6-game winning streak as Dubkowski swings over that one for strike 2. As the Cannons, of course, ended Front Royals winning streak, I believe. Actually, we were going to, but the game got rained out.
Yeah, 5-0 after 3.
Was that a previous game? Because they've actually been losing for a little bit. I got to get my streaks in order. 0-2 pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. So good morning, good afternoon, good night goes Kyle Dubkowski. Burkhart puts 2 on, but he finishes off the inning with a K. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Cannons still up 7-0 on Newmarket.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Flowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball. And if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not. And the Cannons knock it off. The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging a strike 3. And you can put socks on that big gold trophy.
Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
So, bottom of the 6th inning as Jonathan Mallow on to pitch. Mallow's not listed as a pitcher, and Mallow looks like he might have hurt his hand or his arm pitching. Charlie Shepard coming out to talk to home plate umpire Tim Anderson. And Mallow looks like he might be headed toward the trainer, which is exactly what you don't want to have happen in Summer League. Guy coming in as
a position player.
Yeah.
Coming to pitch. And
looks like he may have hurt himself. We're looking at his stats at Millersville, who doesn't have any pitching experience there either. So now the Rebels will go to another pitcher. And again, this is folks trying to save pitching, but
this is another position player. This is Kyle Musser, number 6.
Yeah, so Musser, the first baseman.
Is he warming up to pitch, or is he just throwing, do you think? I can't tell.
Well,
no, he's warming up.
They will get their time with an injury. But the question is, do they have any arms left? I mean, that's kind of the issue right now is all these teams are getting low on pitching.
Yeah. And it looks like they're putting Kyle Musser in. But
we did see this a couple weeks back.
Just, I think, last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We saw it
As people are falling over themselves because they want to pitch, I guess, TJ.
I mean, I'm about to go out there and say, hey, listen, give me my shot. This is my big break, you know?
Yeah, I know one of our games a few weeks ago, we definitely saw, I think it was actually Strasburg that might have done it because that was the blowout game. We saw Randy Carlo come out, a couple other guys.
Randy Carlo the fourth had actually a decent job pitching. Yeah. I think he struck out like 3 guys. Yeah. I mean.
So Bill Russatella right now giving us the changes. It appears that Chase Gilligan's going to go to first base while Kyle Musser will come in to pitch. And while we saw the pitching of Mallow look like he was throwing pretty hard, looks like Musser's very content to throw very slowly and not hurt his arm.
And this just screams to me, let's get them 3 runs in mercy rule.
So pitch is in, and that is a strike to Jackson Michaels. As Musser working quickly as he just lobs it in, and that one is going to go and will be off the wall as Michaels into second base as it caroms back toward the infield. It looked like it would get out of here, but Dubkowski got back but couldn't make the catch, and Michaels with a leadoff double as the Cannons with a golden opportunity appears to get their 3 runs or more and go home early.
This is the Rebels saying, hey, we can see this game. We know there's no way to come back. Why use an arm? Let's just lob some pitches.
As that'll be off the end of the bat for strike 1. Again, it's a little harder than, you know, we've seen this before where guys come up and they just kind of lob it up there, and guys with their timing set to faster pitching than this, as that will be high for a ball. I mean, it's almost at the pace of a home run derby pitch.
I was going to say, that was a heater, 47 miles an hour. In the MLB, they were pitching in the 70s.
As that'll be popped up. Now, can Grandelli find it? He can't find it, and it will be caught. As getting out is Hager from his shortstop position to save the day as Grandelli lost it off the bat.
Yeah, in the MLB, these guys are getting pitches like right down the middle, you know, at 70 miles an hour, trying to get a little more momentum on it. But that last pitch was 47 miles an hour. I mean, this is a little ridiculous.
As that'll be ripped as almost slow pitch softball style. Kono stayed back and still couldn't keep it fair.
Give me an at-bat here, you know? I think I could hit one to one of these.
As Musser will step off and now back on. Here's your 0-1 as that'll be fouled away, and Kono now down 0-2 in the count.
That was his fastest pitch yet at 70 miles an hour.
Well, if he's got a put away pitch, we'll see it here. As Musser comes set and delivers. As that'll miss high for ball 1.
76 miles an hour. Musser's warming up here.
Musser delivers and goes back to the Ephus pitch, and this will be caught in center field.
Wow.
As Albus makes the grab for out number 2. So the slow ball working wonders for Kyle Musser as he got 2 outs after the leadoff double by Jackson Michaels.
With Jackson Michaels, it looked like it was just going to be a massacre this inning. Instead, he gets 2 outs in a row, both fly balls. Batters having to adjust to a slower pitch is, I guess, more off-putting than usual. I mean, they were seeing in the low 90s, high 80s before.
That's low for ball 1. I mean, you see it in the majors where they will put a guy out late in the game. Now, sometimes they're not trying as hard because they're leading by so much, but it still throws off the big leaguers. So you imagine with these guys, as Braylon not thrown off, hits it out into center field as Michaels will be played conservatively as Rich Fuller holds him up at third base. So now Cannon's on the corners, and the guy you want up in Caleb Freeman, a left-handed swinger with a short porch in right and a very soft tosser. We'll see if Caleb's played any slow pitch softball in his background, as we'd love to see him put one out of here and put 10 on the board. Here's the pitch, and Freeman will hit it, not out of the park, but it will be in the gap as Braylon going to third base. Now he comes back, and he's going to be out. He dropped the ball.
Oh.
Wow, Hager had him dead to rights, but when Braylon slid back in, Hager dropped the ball, could have ended the inning. Instead, it continues for the Cannons and Kyle Johnson. So an RBI single for Freeman as he scores Michaels. And here comes Kyle Johnson, switch hitter, as he bats from the left side, and he's way out in front for strike one. Now, we hope he's a switch hitter, because if he's not, that didn't look like a good swing.
No, that
and
did not look natural.
It's important for him to bring these 2 runs in so the Cannons could end the contest. As Johnson takes for strike 2.
A part of me thinks he's just going to walk across the batter's box here and go back to his regular style, because this does not look natural for him.
0-2, that'll miss up high. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that he's gone up here this way. Nobody would have said something, but 1-2. That'll be hit, and if it didn't hit the runner, that's a base hit. And it did not, so ball's thrown away. Runner's going to come home, and it will be safe at the plates as Braylon comes in on the overthrow. And now Charlie Shepard is going to ask Roland Hines, did it hit Freeman? If it did, that is the 3rd out of the inning. And Hines saying he didn't see it. He thought it went through. And he'll ask Zach Kloska, as all the umpires will come together, as they say it was Freeman getting through safely and did not get hit by the ball. So that's another run on the board on the RBI single by Kyle Johnson. And now
this is who you want for your home run hitter, because he will be our leader once the delayed games are made up. He has 2 home runs sitting in the delay games waiting for him. So he's just 1 behind Freeman.
Here's the pitch as Kono will pop it up. Will it get out of play?
Yep.
It does, just barely.
That kid almost caught it with his bare hand. Would have been painful.
So behind the plate, as they may have changed some folks up in their lineup. We apologize, folks, if we're misidentifying, as that is a swing and a miss on.
Yeah, you're right. That's not Connor Riley.
Yeah.
It's number 32, I believe. John Dubkowski.
That is. As that'll be hit out to right field. Will it fall in? It will. Off the wall. 1 run is in, as it will be an RBI single off the bat of Shin Inoue, and the Cannons have their 10th run, so they can finish it off in the top of the inning with no runs on the board for the Rebels. They will go home early, but Shin Inoue with the RBI single, as the Cannons are finally getting the hang of Kyle Musser on the mound. And this will be hit out, a flare, and it will drop in as another run scores, as Devin McCarron with an RBI single, the 4th straight for the Cannons, as they continue to pour it on. Now 11-0 Purcellville.
RJ Percal, 3 home runs on the season. He did hit one just, I believe, yesterday after the pitcher was chirping at the batters. RJ Percal hits one and apparently had some words back. All in good-natured fun. He said they were all good after the game.
Percal taking strike 1 on the outside corner there. 11-0 lead for the Cannons. Here's the pitch, as Percal will swing at that one and foul it away, and he's down 0-2.
That was the first time Musser's back foot has come up, too. He put a little emphasis into that throw. Put a little more umph in it.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that will be roped down the line, and it is a fair ball. Could be extra bases as Inouye in to score. Call will go to second base. They will hold the runner at third as McCarron goes back in. It's an RBI double for RJ Call. The Cannons have batted around, and they now lead it 12-0.
Now batting from Purdue University, your first baseman, number 28, Jackson.
Second time in the game, the Cannons have batted around. And here comes Jackson Michaels as he will hit one out to left field. And going back is Hager to make a pretty solid catch away from the infield. But Purcellville puts 5 on the board. It's now 12-0. Purcellville can wrap it up if they can hold the Rebels to 2 or less in the top of the 7th inning. Stay tuned, folks.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not! And the Cannons knock it off! The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging a strike 3. And you can put socks on that big gold trophy.
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field with your play-by-play. Here's TJ.
Thank you much, Jeremy. Bauer Burkhart on the plate on the mound for another inning of play, as there's the fly ball, and it's just missed by second baseman Ski Kona with almost an amazing grab there. Chase Gilligan there just right away, running a little behind. They're trying to finish this game early. Chase Gilligan with a hit there. He gets a single.
I was mesmerized by Will Ricketts' dance moves between innings.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, folks. I've been overcoming a little cold as Bauer Burkhart delivers. That's another ball. As long as Bauer Burkhart can get through this inning without allowing 2 or more runs, or more than 2 runs, it is a mercy rule for the Purcellville Cannons, which saves pitching for both teams exactly what they'd probably both be looking for. But it doesn't seem like the Rebels want to give it up that easily and just show their stomachs on batting. This is one thing they can do. Bauer Burkhart is taking a long look. He delivers. It's swung. It's foul over the first base line.
Hey, surprise! Surprise, that's it. No more baseball, man.
1-1 count with the man on first here.
What's the plan on the 50-50? 10-run rule.
Here's the pitch. Braylon keeps it in front of him. That's a ball. 2-1. Two one's the count. Man on first. Here's the pitch. It's outside. 3-1 here.
Press box to Coach Singh. Want to do the 50 before this 10-run roll happens?
Bauer needs a second with Braylon. Looks like there's a little confusion on signals. Maybe hard to see. I said before, Jacob McKenzie, when Bear Madliak was here, and Gavin Braylon, prime teammates, guys who were always going to say, no matter what kind of night the pitcher's having, he had a great night. This is what he's so good at. He's very talented at this. Always very supportive guys, the catchers are. As 3-1's the count. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. That's a walk. 0 outs. Man on first and second. Connor, pinch hitter, number 32. 32 for 16. There's the pitch. It's hit. It's foul.
Pitch hitting for the Rebels from Allen County, number 32, John Dobkowski.
John Dobkowski, the left fielder who came in as pitcher, pinch hitting. Here's the pitch. Connor Riley out of the game. There's the pitch. It's foul. 1-2's the count. Man on first and second. Bauer Burkhart looking to turn it around with John Dobkowski. He delivers. It's outside. That's a ball. Two-two's the count. Man on first and second. The pinch hitter catcher sees the pitch. It hits him. That means the bases are loaded with no outs. Hit by pitch for John Dobkowski to start his night. Bases are loaded for Connor Lang coming up, the second baseman. Matt Copley going to go say something, try to calm him down as the bases are loaded. Some pitchers warming up in the bullpen. The Cannons trying not to go any deeper into their bullpen, wanting to just use 2 arms for a night. Could be huge for the upcoming games, but bases loaded with no outs is not a good look. Copley having a long talk.
Regularly scheduled season game on Tuesday, July 23rd, as we welcome in our rivals up the road on Route 7.
Bauer Burkhart's going to stay on the mound.
Once again, that's Tuesday, July 23rd.
Again, folks, as long as he doesn't give up 2 or more runs, that means the game's done after this inning. But bases are loaded with no outs. Bauer Burkhart got himself into a tricky situation. Let's see if he can work his way out as Connor Lang steps up to home plate. Burkhart delivers, swings, and it's missed. 0-1 count for Bauer. Coming in with a little bit of heat there. 89 miles per hour right down Broadway. He gets his sign. He delivers. That's strike 2 for Bauer Burkhart. He would love if he could get 1, 2, 3 here for Connor Lang. It could be, it could change the entire inning. If it could go just 1, 2, 3. Bauer delivers, swings, and he misses. That's 1, 2, 3. Good morning, good evening, and good night for Connor Lang as he gets struck out swinging. Kevin Hager, the shortstop, is now going to come up with the bases loaded with 1 out.
Now batting the shortstop, number
Hager tonight, both times he's been at the plate, it's been a ground out to shortstop. Here's the first pitch. It's swung and it's missed. That's an 0-1 count. Hager so far has been a magnet to Shin Inouye, getting him out at first. Bauer is going to deliver. It's inside for 1-1. Bauer coming in at 90 miles per hour there, his fastest of the night. One. Here's the pitch. He swings. He misses. That's 1-2. Here's the pitch. It's rocked into deep left field. It's being chased by Furcall. Furcall lets it bounce. He's unable to get there. That's one runner home. Shin gets there, throws it home. That's two runners home with a man on third. That's all we're allowed to give up if we want to see a short game. Bauer Burkhart, one out, man on third and second. Chase Albus stepping up to the plate. An RBI double for Chase Hager there. Brought home Gaten Grandelli and Chase Gilligan. As Dubkowski's on third, there's a pitch and there's a ball. You have to wonder, are the Cannons gonna use their bullpen? 1-0's the count. Here's the pitch, swung and it's missed, 1-1. One's the count. There's the pitch, and there's a swing. 1-2. Bauer put a little bit of extra squeeze on that breaking ball. Hits the outside corner regardless. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's swung. It's hit. It's flying. First base. Can he get? Bauer gets to the first baseman out, but that's the third run of the inning. That means it's 3-12, folks. With an out at first, that's going to be 2 outs. The pitcher, Kyle Musser, now back at the plate. Here's the pitch. It's high. 2-2. 1-0. 1-0's the count. Here's the pitch. That's a strike. 1-1's the count. There's the pitch. It's close inside. 2-1. Man on third, no one on second. Here's the pitch. It's high, 3-1. Bauer just needs to throw over the plate. He was struggling to start, and when Mo Rod was in, this was not an issue. Mo Rod only saw 2 extra batters his entire time pitching. Bauer so far not having that kind of game as he's going to walk Kyle Musser. Man on first and third with 2 outs. As number 25, Blaine Waltemeyer, steps up to home plate. Here's the pitch. Swung and it's missed. 0-1 count. Bauer put some heat behind it, sitting at 90 again. Around the league, folks, it's looking good for the Cannons. As here's the pitch, and there's a ball 1, and a man stole second just walking. But around the league, it's looking good in the north as Winchester's beating Strasburg 20-4 at the top of the 6th. Bauer delivers. It's rocked into deep right left field, but it's going to be foul into the stands. I thought that was going to be fair. I thought it was going to be fair. That looked good to me from up here, but obviously wrong as Bill Rossitella over there wants to make comments. It looked fair at start for me, but obviously wrong. 1-2's the count here. Man on second and third. Here's the pitch. That one's rocked into center field as that's going to bring home at least one runner. The second going in, and that means a man on first. Blaine Waltmeyer on first with an double RBI single as Kyle Musser comes in. And so does Kevin Hager. Yeah.
Now batting the right fielder, number
Matt Copley making a pitching change. We'll be right back after this short break to tell you all about a new pitcher.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball. And if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not. And the Cannons knock it off. The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging a strike three. And you can put socks on that big gold trophy.
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field, home of your Purcellville Cannons, currently winning 12-5 against the Newmarket Rebels. Mason Hoheisel up on the mound for his first inning of work. He's a 6'7" sophomore, stands at 245 pounds, pitches over at Maple Woods Community College from Andover, Minnesota. The righty pitcher has an ERA so far in the campaign of 5.65 with 8 games, 1 start, 14 and a third inning pitched. He's had 12 strikeouts, allowed 2 walks and 18 hits with a 1 win and 2 losses. Mason Hoheisel's last outing was on the 14th. Where he played an inning and a third, allowed 1 hit, and saw 5 different batters. As Michael Dubkowski now stepping up to the plate. Hoheisel delivers. There's a strike. 0-1 count here for Hoheisel. He delivers. It's hit. It's flying into the air. Shin Inouye falling right under it. That's going to be the third out of the inning, folks. That means your Purcellville Cannons are going to be leading 12-5 at the top of the 7th. We'll be back for more action.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Coin, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Caseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not. And the Cannons knock it off. The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging a strike three. And you can put socks on that big gold trophy.
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field, folks, home of your Purcellville Cannons, as Connor Musser is going to be on the mound for another inning of work, as Jake Slade, the designated hitter tonight, is going to be seeing his second time against Musser. Here's the first pitch. It's way short of home plate. That's 1-0. If the Cannons can somehow get 3 runs in this inning, that means it's done after a complete 7, as Musser delivers with a little extra heat on it. 2-0's the count. Musser delivers. It's high. That's 3-0. Here's the payoff pitch, and that means Jake Slade's walking over to first for a free, as Ski Kono is going to be up to the plate next. Ski Kono's last at bat was against Connor Musser when it was a fly ball to their center fielder Chase Albus, who gets a clean hang on it, as Ski's taking his sweet time. Ski getting into the box. Jake Slade at first, taking a huge lead. There's the pitch, and there's a strike. 0-1's the count. Here's the pitch. It's hit over to first, and it's going to bounce off the first baseman's glove. Jake Slade's going to steal. He's going to get over to third. Ski Kono with just a little basic hit gets Jake Slade all the way over to third with a bounce off of Kyle Musser's glove. As Gavin Braylon's going to go to the plate. He last hit one off of Musser into left field. Musser delivers. There's the swing. It's rocked into deep left field. It's going to be found, though, by... Oh, it's dropped instead. Michael Dubkowski cannot get on it. He's going to drop it. He's going. Gavin Braylon going for 3 here. He slides. It doesn't look like he was tagged, but he says he's out. But it's an RBI double regardless, meaning it's 14-5 with Gavin Braylon out at third base. That would have been the Cannons' first triple of the year, but that's a first out of the inning. Caleb Freeman, if he can get a solo home run, that's the game, folks. Here's the pitch. Freeman, it's flying into the left field, but it looks like Michael Dubkowski's going to get a better track of this one, as he barely is able to catch that. He finds a way. Kyle Johnson up at the plate. Duke University center fielder Kyle Johnson hitting from the right side of the batter's box again. Here, left side, I mean. What am I saying? There's the pitch, an 0-1 count. Swung and missed. Does not seem comfortable, as here's the pitch. He hits. It's a bouncing ball over to the shortstop, Connor Lang, who's going to get him out at first, which means that's going to be more baseball here tonight, folks. We're at least going to play in the 8th. So it's 14-5 after 7 complete innings. Your Cannons leading. We'll be back in just a minute.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Harrington Homes, Fairfax Corn, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Case Coat, Flowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball.
All right, folks, we're going to come back early because they decided to come back early. Mason Hoheisel on the mound for another inning of work. He delivers his first pitch. It's 0-1 to the designated hitter, Chase Gilligan. There's the next pitch. It's 0-2 because that's right down the heart of Broadway. Hoheisel delivers. It's swung. It's foul over by the Cannons dugout. 0-2 count still. Hoheisel winds up, delivers. It's outside for 1-2. There's the pitch. Off speed outside to make it 2-2. Hoheisel delivers. It's outside. Full count. Full count. Here's the pitch. It's bounced over to Shin Inouye on a funky bounce. He seems to grab it. Throws it over to Jackson Michaels for a quick out from Chase Gilligan. That means number 10, Gaten Grandelli. Gaten Grandelli now stepping up to the plate. Hoheisel delivers. It's swung. It's tipped. It's fouled back. 0-1's the count.
Gaten Grandelli. Anything else to say about Purcellville business? Nothing.
There's the pitch. It's a check swing, but it's going to be fair. Devin making a run for it. Throws it over to first. He gets it. Oh! Instead, he's safe, but Jackson Michaels on the ground in pain, struggling to get up here. Oh. Michaels gets up and he's walking to the dugout. I think he gets kicked there. Might have been a stepped on as David Sorg is going to come in for him. David Sorg comes in for him to replace him over at first base, number 13.
Now coming in to play first base for the Cannons from Arkansas Little Rock, number 13, David Sorg.
Up to the plate, John Dobkowski, the catcher.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for your winner tonight, taking home the Cannons cash, Al Moss. Taking home 275 clams. A round of applause for Al Moss.
All right, that's one out so far. New batter, John Dobkowski at the plate. Man on first, that's Gaten Grandelli. New first baseman, David Sorg, comes in cold, but Sorg's talented enough. I'm sure he's not going to have any trouble. Knock on wood. Hoheisel delivers. It's way outside. 1-0. A trip around the league shows Winchester Royals as Hoheisel delivers. It's hit. It's going to be bounced over to the third baseman who's unable to get a tip on it, which means that Gaten Grandelli's running to third. Shin Inouye tries to get there. Instead throws to second. That's a man on first and third now. Gaten Grandelli taking his sweet time getting up. I think thankful to somehow still be on a plate. I'm shocked he's still there as well. Look around the league shows Winchester beating the Strasburg Express 20-0 at the bottom of 7. The River Bandits winning 9-2 against Front Royal Cardinals at the top of the 8th. There's a pitch and there's a swing and that's a strike. 0-1 count now. Looking over in the south, we see the Braves and the Generals tied 3 at the bottom of the 9th as Hoheisel delivers. It's going to be right off the home plate. That's a 1-1 count. Culpeper and Harrisonburg Turks 6-7 or 7-6 Turks at the bottom of 6, with the final in Charlottesville Tom Sox beating the Lumberjacks 2-1. And Covington Lumberjacks versus, oh, that's, never mind, that was delayed and then played. I apologize. As Hoheisel pitches and he gets another strike there. 1-2's the count. Here's the pitch. It's swung. It's flying out into foul ball territory on the third base line. That's another 1-2 count. Staying there.
On the out-of-town scoreboard in Strasburg, the Winchester Royals 20 and the Strasburg Express 8. That's in the bottom of the 7th.
Bottom of the 7th, Winchester 20, Strasburg 8 now. If Strasburg gets 2 hits here, or 3 hits, they stay alive in this game as Hoheisel delivers way outside. It bounces off the back wall. Gutenberg. Grandelli almost ran in, but instead he chooses wisely to stay as John Dobkowski is going to run to second base. That means a man on second and third with 1 out on a 2-2 count. The place to be is Waynesboro versus Staunton Braves, the Generals, 3-3 at the bottom of the 9th. There's the pitch, and there's a swing, and that's a strikeout. That's the second out of the inning. Exactly what we needed against Connor Lang. That's his 4th strikeout of the day. Twice looking, twice swinging.
Number 8, Kevin Hager.
This is Kevin Hager, the shortstop. His last at-bat was as he's going to deliver in the first one. It's going to be foul on the first baseline. His last at-bat was into left field, and he gets a double and an RBI double as well. 0-1 count here. Here's the pitch to Hager. He swings. It's going to be a ground ball over to Shin Inouye at shortstop. It's going to be thrown over to first, and that's out. That means Shin Inouye takes care of this inning. That means it's 14-5 after the top of the 8th. We'll be back to bring you the bottom and hopefully a little less baseball.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Corn, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Haseco, Lowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville Cannons Baseball, and if you'd like to become a sponsor, find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com. The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not! And the Cannons walk it off! The excitement.
He kicks, fire, swinging a strike 3, and you can put socks on that big gold trophy
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field, folks, home of your Purcellville Cannons, leading 14-5 after the top of the 8th. We're bringing you the bottom here as if the Cannons can get one hit, 1 run, it means that they will get to go home a little bit early as Shin Inouye is going to step up to the plate against Connor Musser for another round of another inning of pitching for him. I mean, he's going to deliver and Shin's going to hit it. It is going to be out from what was Kyle Musser's position. I don't know who moved to his spot. I believe it was Chase Gilligan moved to first base, so I believe that was him getting that out there. As Devin McAaron is going to see a pitch, he's going to swing at it. It's going to be a fly ball into the center field, and it's going to be easy work there for Kevin Hager. 2 pitches, 2 outs so far as RJ Furcall is going to step to the plate. A solo home run here for RJ Furcall. Could be huge. He had one last night. He's the 3rd best home run hitter on the team currently. He stands at 3 as here's the pitch. He's not going to swing, and they're going to call a strike. That was so fast, the jug gun didn't pick it up. There's the pitch. And there's strike 2. RJ Furcall already 0-2 in this count. Here's the pitch. It's a little bit faster on the inside, but it's going to be 1-2. Here's the pitch. RJ Furcall swings. It's fouled backwards. He's going to keep his at-bat alive against Connor Musser. Kyle Musser. Delivers, he swings, it's going to go straight to the second baseman, Connor Lang, who's going to throw it over to first to get RJ Furcall out. That's 3 batters seen, and that's 3 outs for Kyle Musser, meaning it's 14-5 still after 8 full innings.
Valley League Baseball is back, and the Purcellville Cannons would like to thank their sponsors for the 2024 season. Cannons Baseball is brought to you by The Pub, with locations in both Purcellville and Ashburn, and Catoctin Creek Distillery in the heart of downtown Purcellville. Cannons Baseball is also brought to you by Carrington Homes, Fairfax Corn, Ridge Performance, Valley Drilling, Affinity Hair, Case Coat, Flowers Risk Group, Lava Technologies, UPP, T-Mobile, Savage Pest Warfare, and Valley Energy. Thanks again to all the fine sponsors of Purcellville.
No, it's
Baseball.
Mo. Mo pitched 5 innings, and we had to leave when he left.
Find out more at PurcellvilleCannons.com.
Oh.
The Thrills. Here's the 1-0. Slade rocks it out to left field. This one going back. Will it stay in the park? It will not.
Well, you know, that's also on the coaching.
Excitement.
He kicks fire, swinging a strike 3, and you can put socks on that big gold trophy.
Of Valley League Baseball. Check out Valley League action all summer long, culminating in the Valley League Championship Series in late July and August. The Valley Baseball League. Check it out today.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field, home of your Purcellville Cannons, where Cannons currently lead 15-4. Mason Hoheisel on the mound for another inning of work. For the last half inning of play-by-play, my partner, Jeremy Huber.
We hope it's the last half inning of play-by-play, TJ. The way things have gone the last few, we're not sure. As that's in the dirts for ball 1 to Chase Albus, the leadoff hitter for Newmarket. So 1-0 count, Chase Albus earlier today. Pair of strikeouts, also a flyout and a ground out to first. Nice play made by, at the time, Jackson Michaels. He's out, of course, for David Sorg after he got stepped on by Gaten Grandelli. Here's the 1-0 pitch, as that's going to miss inside for ball 2. Cannons with a 9-run lead. Looked like they would end this one via mercy rule, as that's a swing and a miss by Albus for strike 1 back in the 7th inning, but gave up a 5-run inning after they had scored 5 to take a lead, as that is hit the other way, and that is going to be foul. So count goes to 2-2. Cannons at a 12-0 lead, then Purcellville gave up 5 runs. Cannons would score 2 in the bottom of the 8th, just 1 away from, again, ending the game via mercy rule, but could not do it. So we are here in the 9th as Purcellville with a win tonight, as that is going to be fouled off.
Gets them to first because The Winchester Royals have not backed down against Strasburg Express tonight.
Yep. Last we have top of the 7th inning. Winchester up on Strasburg 20-4. Though that is a little bit of a
20 to
tardy
8.
score, as that is going to be hit out to left field for call going over, and RJ makes the catch for out number 1 to retire Albus.
Final score was 20-8 for the Winchester Royals against the Express tonight.
So that will quite possibly, and it will, put the Cannons in first place if they can salt this one away. And again, I think the Rebels, as Kyle Musser at the plate, the pitcher, who has worked, I believe, the last 3 innings. As here's the pitch, as that is in for a strike. Kind of Musser had to come in after Jonathan Mallow was injured while warming up. Up the middle, that will be passed, and might have got a piece of Oheisel as Musser with a base hit. So keeps things going for the Rebels. As coming to the plate will be Blaine Waldemeyer.
Now batting the third baseman, number 25, Blaine Waltemeyer.
And Musser, he's got 2 hits on the night, had a double earlier, has a single now. Waldemeyer has a pair of hits as well, one of them a 2-run single. Oheisel delivers, says that will be a ball. No one warming up in the Cannons pen. They were hoping to only use 2 pitchers tonight, but after Mo Rodriguez's fantastic 5-inning start, got a good first inning from Bauer Burkhart, but Burkhart struggled early on. I think they left him out there trying to not use another pitcher, but it ended up where the Rebels took advantage and scored 5 to keep the game going and avoid the mercy rule. Oheisel delivers as the runner goes, and that's fouled back, so that will send Musser back to first base. So, as TJ told you, 7-inning win via the mercy rule for Winchester. So Cannons win this one. They will take over first place by half a game on Strasburg. Of course, a lot of games to go for both teams, but especially for the Cannons. Here's the 1-1. That'll be popped up and will be out of play as Braylon took a quick look as the kids go stampeding for it. I was sitting down in the first row, TJ, and the sound of those children charging for those foul balls.
Oh, it's intimidating.
It's loud.
I'd be a little scared, honestly. If I was like in that area, I might hide, I might run. I don't know. Fight or flight comes in at some point, you know.
Waldemeyer awaits the Oheisel 1-2, and that'll be rocked out to right center field, and that one's going to get out of here. Off the scoreboard as it bounces back onto the field. What a shot for Blaine Waldemeyer as he draws the Rebels closer. It'll now be 14-7, Cannons up on Newmarket. Give them credit. The Rebels have not backed down, especially after Musser came on to pitch. They actually woke them up a little bit.
I was about to say, it looked like they were just showing their belly, giving up, whatever, not ready for the rest of the game, just kind of saying, we'll take the mercy rule. But instead, they decided to bat better than ever. They decided to start playing some phenomenal fly ball defense, some great tracking. I mean.
So here is Michael Dubkowski as he will take outside for ball 1. Still a 7-run lead, so still plenty of cushion for Oheisel to work with, as that will catch the outside corner for a strike. But right now, Brett Fuller, last thing he wants to do is use another pitcher. 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So count to 1-2.
I say we just put in a random player like they do against us and just have him throw off speed. No one's going to know how to hit it. It took about an inning for us to figure it out.
That's fouled away.
And then even last inning, they didn't score at all. Saw three batters.
Again, a 1-2 pitch coming up, as that'll be popped out of play. And we'll do it again. Again, Cannon's upcoming schedule, they are going to be at Newmarket tomorrow night, 7:30 start. Then on Sunday, they will be at Strasburg. 1-2. That is popped up and will get out of play. So that could be a game for first place, depending on how things shake out tomorrow night. 1-2 again, and that will be hit to third base and pass McCarron out of the left field for a base hit. So only one out, and Cannon's having trouble ending this game. We saw it earlier in the year against Strasburg. It looked like they were going to mercy rule the Express, and that game actually kind of got close at one point.
Designated hitter number 18. I think he's now the first baseman. My apologies.
He is.
Here's Chase Gilligan.
The first baseman. He was the DH. Moved to first base to take Musser's spot.
Hoheisel delivers on the outside corner for strike one. Gilligan, a single, scored a run back in the 7th. Here is Hoheisel's 0-1. Swung on and missed for strike two. So back to that Cannon schedule right now. They'll be playing the River Bandits of Woodstock in some form or fashion on Monday. Regularly scheduled game against Winchester on July 23rd. That's going to miss outside. Makes the count 1-2.
I'm glad you didn't say June there.
Yeah.
You were close. I know you were thinking about June.
And at some point, still a makeup game, a suspended game to finish against Front Royal. 1-2 pitch. That's going to be hit out to second base. Could be two. They'll shovel to second base and only get one, as Inouye made sure he got the bag. And the takeout slide by Dubkowski. So 2 outs and a runner at third base, or first base. That's Gilligan. And right now, Gaten Grandelli, the final outs of the game, possibly, but Grandelli has been a hard out tonight. Couple walks, also a single. So let's see what Hoheisel can do. Hopefully end this one. Here's the pitch as Grandelli pops it up as McCarron gives chase, and it's out of play. Oh, 1 pitch coming up. Cannons finish this one off. They'll be in first place by a half game over Strasburg in the north as Grandelli fouls that one off the end of the bat. Got a punch-drunk booth crowd up here. Everyone was hoping to be home about 2 innings ago.
And now everyone's knocking on wood to make sure.
Well, still a touchdown lead for the Cannons, so it'll be a little tough, but crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
0-2 pitch as Grandelli takes up high for ball one.
It's now final in Strasburg. The Winchester Royals 20 and the Express 8.
So Grandelli awaits the 1-2 pitch. Hoheisel trying to finish it off right here. He delivers, and that will miss outside for ball two.
We've seen many crazy things happen, but this would definitely be up there with the We've seen a walk-off home run.
Well, I'm kind of talking about baseball in general on that. 7-run lead, losing in the 9th inning. Here's the pitch, as that will be bounced out to second base. Slow bouncer, tough play, thrown over, and he is in time to get the out. That's another great play by Kono, and your Purcellville Cannons are in first place in the Valley League North as they win one over Newmarket, 14-7. A game that could have been over a few innings before, but the Cannons will take the win any way they can get it as they are in first place in the North heading into tomorrow night's game against this same Newmarket team at 7:30 down in Newmarket. Your totals in this one, Cannons 14 runs, 13 hits, 1 error, while the Rebels with 7 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher Mo Rodriguez with a heck of a start, 5 scoreless innings. Losing pitcher in this one was Jake Henry Williams as he struggled early out of the gate, only made it through into the 2nd inning. Your final again, 14-7 for TJ. I'm Jeremy. We'll see you next time. Our next broadcast will be on Tuesday night as the Winchester Royals come to town. We'll likely have some more playoff baseball. Stay tuned to the Cannon social media feeds for that. 14-7 your final. Cannons win over the Rebels here at Fireman's Field. Good night, everybody.